Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report, and the pick number 35 is presented by Manscaped. Some of you are like, well, wait a minute, Mitch. What do you mean pick 35? The Raiders traded up, and they have selected tight end Michael Mayer to make sure that you don't get traded and to make sure that your girl's top prospect use Manscaped. Head on over to manscaped.com, use code Raiders, 20% off, and you get some free shipping. So the Las Vegas Raiders, they have picked 38, 70, and 100 on day 2. But guess what? They traded up. They saw an opportunity to go out and get the number 1 tight end in the 2023 NFL Draft. There's going to be a lot of people out there that say, well, wait, Mitch, tight end wasn't a big-time need. I don't 100% disagree with that. But the Raiders got a round 1 guy in Tyree Wilson. I had Michael Mayer as a top 20 prospect. Hell, he was even featured in my players to potentially get at 7 video. As an honorable mention, he was my clear-cut number 1 tight end prospect. Sam Laporta went off the board before him. Dalton Kincaid goes off the board before him. Raiders saw value, and they went and did it. So here was the trade that ended up going down. Las Vegas got pick 35. They selected Michael Mayer. The Indianapolis Colts, they get pick 38 and pick 141. This is a good deal for the Raiders. Yeah, you lose a 5th-round pick. But you also have a 5th rounder at 144, and you have a 5th rounder at 174. I am happy that Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler are using their 8 day 3 picks, because you got 3 5ths, 2 6s, 2 7s to go up and get a guy. This is going to be the best tight end on your team. You know what his nickname is? Baby Gronk. Not the little weird kid on Instagram. No, the legit Baby Gronk. He is that athletic. He can block. Special production from a tight end in college. Prototype tight end, built with great size, value, and run blocking. He can catch the football. He's a weapon in the red zone, and he can block. If you want to be a successful tight end in the Josh McDaniels system, guess what? You need to be able to do all of those things. He just finds ways to get open. And that's one of the things that I love. Doesn't have the profiles of downfield threat, but he has that upside. I mean, look at the ranking here according to our NFL draft analyst, Tom Downey. The 9th overall player on his big board. You just got him at 35. If you want to go out value shopping, you got a phenomenal player. Is it defense? No. But you have an incredible player that you got at 35. So what I want to know from every single one of y'all out there, grade the pick. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show. So you're about to get hit with the YouTube ad break. Scroll on down. Let me know who or what you think of the pick. Give me the grade. My answer after this YouTube ad break right now. I am going to give this one an A-. Is it a huge need? No. But he's a hell of a player. If you've watched this show for a long time, you'll know that Michael Mayer was my clear-cut number 1 tight end. I put a bet out there. I'm a loser. I lost. I put out a bet that he would be the only tight end taken in round 1. That didn't happen. He slid. The fact that 2 other tight ends went ahead of him, it is what it is. I knew that the Raiders were going to potentially target a tight end at 38. I put out a mock draft of what McDaniels and Ziegler would do, and I had a tight end going off the board at 38. Heard from a really good source that that's where they were eyeing some of their top pass catchers at that position. But guess what? You had the number 1 guy, and you got him, Michael Mayer. Look at his stats from last season with the Fighting Irish. 67 grabs, 809 yards, 9 touchdowns, 12.1 yards per catch. He's big, he's tough, good red zone option, can catch the football, and he can block. That is very important in a Josh McDaniels system from the tight end standpoint. From the Athletics' Dane Brugler, Mayer needs to become more consistent with his blocking technique and execution, but his controlled athleticism, play strength through contact, and stellar intangibles raise his floor as a prospect. He projects as a traditional wide tight end with immediate NFL starting talent. So right now you have the Las Vegas Raiders. You're going to have Austin Hooper and Michael Mayer, okay? Those are going to be your top 2 tight ends. And then you got Devontae Adams. And then you got Jacoby Myers. And then you got Hunter Renfrow. Like, I'll tell you right now, with what the Raiders did, you got Michael Mayer and pick 100. That's better than Darren Waller. Tell you all right now, Michael Mayer and pick 100, I'll take that every day, every single day over Darren Waller, especially then when you add the amount of money difference equated to both of them. Shout out to McDaniels. Shout out to Ziegler for getting this one right. I hope that both of those guys get lucky tonight. And if you're trying to get lucky, hey man, there's one place that you got to go. Shout out to our sponsor, Manscaped. I got all of the tools here tonight. I got the Lawnmower 4.0, which I hope all of y'all go check out. And if you use code Raiders, you're going to be able to save 20% off and get free shipping. Usually it's $85, but with our deal, you can get it for $68. This trimmer is great for your entire body. You can take it in the shower. There's an awesome light at the end so you can see, when you're in those hard to reach places, if you will. The battery life on this thing, it's not going to die. You can get your hands on the Weed Whacker. You got some weird hairs up your nose. I don't know about this. If I was talking to y'all right now, and I had some nose hairs sticking out, y'all would not be able to look me dead in the eyes. At least that's how I personally am. And with the NFL draft being here, I want you to be the #1 overall prospect for yourself, but also for your girl. I also take a lot of pride in having a great beard. And their Beard Hedger, the premium beard trimmer, it's amazing. One of the things that I love about it is, I don't know about you, Alex always gets on me, giggity, about having a drawer that's messy, it's dirty, this and that. With this beard trimmer, I don't need to have all the different guards because guess what? They're already on here. So I'm going to show y'all right now, like this thing turns, you can raise the level. So depending on how close you want the sheared to be, the guard, it's clean. It's easy. It's simple. Huge shout out to Manscaped. Manscaped.com. Use code Raiders. All right, so here we go. We're going to continue to break down everything there is to know about Michael Mayer, about his impact here with the silver and black, and what to look forward to continuing here on day 2 with the Raiders at their picks at 70 and at pick 100. When the draft started today, Austin Hooper was 1, O.J. Howard was 2, Horsted following him also on the roster. O.J. Howard now gets bumped down to tight end 3. I will be curious to see what they do with Hooper. I actually like Hooper a lot. I think he's a really good pass catcher. And I would probably view the Raiders tight end room as Austin Hooper as tight end 1A, and then Michael Mayer as tight end 1B. But Mayer, to me, there's just certain things, like you look at intangibles, you look at players that just are good football players. Michael Mayer is a good football player. Notre Dame has had some pretty solid tight ends also. In terms of his combine pro day numbers, here's what he's got. Sprints, 4.7 40-yard dash. Good. The vert, impressive. The broad jump, also pretty damn impressive for how big he is overall. Now, I'm going to show you the offseason profile. It's not 100% accurate. But the Raiders, they did just restructure Chandler Jones's contract. So that $11 million, you can actually add $5 million on top of that. So now they have even more money. And then after all of the picks that they have had after the NFL draft, they're going to be somewhere around, if my math checks out, $7 to $8 million left. You lost Darren Waller. That was a big-time loss, no doubt about it. But you were able to get back pick 100, and now you get the #1 tight end in this year's draft, Michael Mayer. I know some people weren't loving the idea of Tyree Wilson. Tyree Wilson to me is a top 10 overall prospect. Michael Mayer to me is a top 20 overall prospect. But Tom Downey has both of these guys as top 10 guys. You got 2 top 10 players, according to Tom Downey, who I view as the smartest man when it comes to NFL draft content. That's good value to me. Like, I see some people right now saying F. I'll tell you right now, Kevin, you don't know ball. If you think Michael Mayer at pick 35 is an F, I'm sorry. You got to start studying. You got to start watching better content, man. Now, if you want more Raiders news, more free videos, there's one place to do it, and there's one place to do it only. It's here on the Raiders board. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on those notifications, because if it's win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. If there's one thing the Raiders fans have shown me, you don't got to be blood to be family. I promise you this, man. I rep with y'all. I love what we do here, and that's why we put this content in. It's just a cold, hard fact. Keep on rocking here with Michael Mayer, 22 years old, was a junior, hometown from Independence, Kentucky. Can somebody tell me what that area code is? Let's play a game. He's 6'4.5". Hey, every inch counts. Shout out to Manscaped. 250 pounds. when you look at the overall abilities, he honestly kind of reminds me of Mario in like video games, and I know I use that a lot, but I mean it as he's not incredible at anything, but he's very good at everything. You know what I mean? So he's really going to help out this offense. He's going to help out Jimmy Garoppolo. And Jimmy Garoppolo, you look at the past few seasons, he has really leaned on his past tight end, which I don't blame him, right? George Kittle. He's one of the best in the league. And this is what is really going to do. Plus, on top of that, a young quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Whether you like to hear it or not, Jimmy Garoppolo is not the future of the Raiders. To me, if you bring in a young quarterback next year, you have Michael Mayer in the system, young quarterback's best friend is a safety blanket. And that could be, that's right, Michael Mayer. So my question to you is this. Who do you want the Raiders to draft with the 70th overall pick? It's round 3. They have 2 round 3 picks, 70 and 100. You went Tyree Wilson, an edge rusher. Tight end, Michael Mayer. To me, I am screaming from the rooftops. You got to go corner here. You got to go corner or linebacker at pick 70. I love the value in Mayer, but now we got to continue to build this defense. So those are the 2 positions that I want. Cornerback, linebacker at pick 70. To make sure that you stay up to date on everything going on around the silver and black, especially on draft day, hit me up on Twitter at MitchellRentz365. And for those of you that are watching this live, if you retweet my pinned tweet right now, I'm going to give you a shout out on the Raiders Report. In fact, Chugs, if you can get my pinned tweet, throw it down in the comment section right now. Every single person that retweets my pinned tweet right now, I will give you a shout out here on the Raiders Report. So keep on interacting with us live. It's going to be a hell of a day. Shout out to Raider Ron, Raiders Podcast, all the legendary shit. Also, shout out to Manscaped for sponsoring today's show.